I'm like the last to the Shop Hush party because I am always late. But not because like I wasn't interested in trying the stuff from them. I knew about Shop Hush for probably about a year now when I first saw a YouTube video of someone doing a dupe for I don't remember what palette it was, but whatever it was. The only reason that I haven't bought anything from them up until this point was because every single time that I wanted to get something from them, that thing was always sold out because they sell a whole lot of apparently really, really good dupes for high-end eyeshadow palettes on the market. So, right after Black Friday, I believe, I went, maybe it was Cyber Monday, I don't remember, whenever the hell it was. No, you know what, it was probably less than a week ago. I went on the website and I spent about $70 getting a whole bunch of things that are supposed to be dupes for other items. So I don't own any of the originals for the dupe items that I got except for one thing, and I'm not really sure how much of a dupe it is. After I got it in the mail, I kind of looked at it and I'm like, well, it looks similar but it's not the same. But in any case, stick around and we're going to take a look at these dupes. It's not going to be a super long video because I'm pretty sure everybody knows what's what. So I just want to take a look at these dupes because I'm super excited about them. For palettes, one from Okalon. I basically heard through the grapevine that the best palettes on the website were either Okalon palettes or Bad Habit palettes. I had wanted to pick up some of the Bad Habit ones anyway because they were the dupes that I really wanted, and then I saw that Okalon palette and I was like, ooh. So the original of these dupes I didn't get for one reason or the other. The first one that we're going to talk about is this one here. This is the Bad Habit Athena palette, and I believe that it is a dupe for the very first Huda palette that I never got. I didn't get it because at the time I didn't know anything about Huda Beauty, and so I wasn't going to spend $65 on shadows that I didn't know what the quality was going to be like because I didn't know anything about the brand. And two, yeah, it was $65, and I don't have a problem spending $65 on a palette if it's from a company that I know and trust and that I've used before, but I hadn't used it before. And also the shadows looked extremely warm. I used this palette today to get the look that I'm wearing right now, and I don't use warm tones very well because I wind up looking like this, and as you can tell, I kind of look sick right now. Like I look like you don't know exactly what's wrong with me. You can't pinpoint what's wrong with me, but I look a little bit ill, like around the eyes or whatever. And that's what very warm tone shadows tend to do for me. So I don't really use warm tones a lot, but this particular palette looked a lot cooler on the website than it did when I got it. And when I did this look, it literally took me 3 tries to do anything because I don't work with warm shadows easily. Like some people could just go into a warm tone palette and pick out shades and use them. I have to be very deliberate about the kinds of shades that I'm going to use because most warm tones don't look good on me. So it took me 3 tries. So the palette looks like I've had it for a month, which I've only had it for like a day. But yeah, so this is what the inside of the palette looks like. And this palette was how much? This palette was $12. Not only are the shadows really good quality, they're pigmented, they apply well, they blend well, they last, because I've had this on from, I want to say maybe about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I know that it's a little bit after 6 now, and it hasn't faded. But you mean to tell me that Bad Habit can get good quality shadows in a really hefty, beautiful package? Look at that package. The package is absolutely beautiful. The outside box looks exactly like this. I lost it somewhere. I don't know where it went. But it's a beautiful package. It's weighty, and it has a mirror for $12. Her, you know, her proprietary shadows that she has, the gel whatever formula. There is one like that, and it is this one right here. And that's the one that I have right here. It applies well, but it has a crap ton of fallout. I'm talking about when I was done applying it, there was stuff all over my lashes, all over my bottom lashes, all over my face. The good thing is it comes out pretty easily. It's a good mix of mattes, satins, and some of these really weird transition shades. Like, the only thing that I don't care for about this palette is some of the colors, they don't look the same in the pan as they apply. Like this shade that I'm wearing right here, for instance, like you can't properly see it because my eyelids are really dry and I was having a really hard time putting it on. But where is it? This shade, which, no, not that one. This shade right here. You know, actually the funny thing is on camera it's showing up the color that it looks on my eye, which is like a peachy kind of shade. However, in the palette, when you look at it in the palette, it looks like a gold. So that's the only thing that the only bad thing that I can say about this palette is that some of the colors don't show up the way they look in the pan, so you might get a surprise when you go to put them on your eye. Okay, so the next two palettes I got are these two palettes. These are Bad Habit dupes for the Subculture palette and the Prism palette. First of all, look at this packaging. I feel like Bad Habit puts a lot more thought into their packaging than a lot of these big names out here. So let's look at the Subculture dupe. And I just want to say that the other Bad Habit palette that I got, the one that's a dupe for the Huda palette, is the shadows are so soft. They feel like very, very high-end shadows. They feel very soft and pillowy. There's absolutely no kick up, no dusty kick up, even in the mattes. The mattes are also very soft and blend well. And except with the exception of that one glitter shade that I used, which, you know, it's a glitter suspended in gel or whatever. With the exception of that one shade, there's absolutely no fallout. So I'm pretty much expecting the same thing from these two palettes, and fingers crossed that I don't get disappointed. I don't know why, I just really love the packaging. It looks just like the outer box, and it has a mirror also. It comes with this little plastic covering it, and there we have our fake Subculture palette. Okay, we're not going to call it a fake Subculture palette because that's not what it is. This is the Retro Love palette, and it is a beautiful thing of its own. As you can see, it is a dupe for the Subculture palette. All the colors are the same, they're just not in the same configuration. Now we're going to touch these babies and we're going to find out whether or not they're as soft and pillowy as its big sister. Oh my god, and they are. What is this life? Oh, damn. Why though, Bad Habit? Why? Look at that. That's just like I barely tapped my finger in that. I'm not going to swatch all of them. I'm just going to give like teensy little Alright, how about that yellow one that Alyssa kept trying to put in her crease and it didn't work. Yeah. That feeling when the dupe is a better product than the original. Holy hell. Let's try that other yellow that she tried also. And I haven't hit pan on any of them yet. How you feel about that? Yeah, that palette was such a dud. Like, ooh, let's try that green. Yeah. Oh, let's try Nostalgia, which is Bad Habit's version of Fudge. Little bit patchy. Or, you know, like, that's the hair on my arm. I don't have hair on my eyelids, so we'll be fine. But yeah. Seriously. When the dupe is better than the original, shit is sad. Anyway, let me stop throwing shade and move on. So the next palette that I got is the Aura palette, which is the dupe for the Prism palette. And let me just tell you, like, I cannot really stop singing the praises of the packaging, because look at this. This is a y'all, this is a $10 palette that comes with buttery, smooth, pigmented shadows. I mean, if this doesn't tell you that these makeup companies are price gouging us for the shadows that they're selling us for $40 and better, I don't know what does. Because if they can get shadows like this out to you for $10, that, once again, if Bad Habit can get these palettes to us for $10, complete with mirror, hefty packaging, like good magnetic closures, and outer boxes with the names printed inside of the palettes, you can't tell me that these companies are not price gouging us. You can't. You really can't. Anyway, oops, plastic fell out. That's cool. That's not what we're here for. And here is the dupe for the Prism palette. Like, honestly, I don't even want to swatch this because it's just so damn pretty. But I know that's what we're here for, right? Like, one of the reasons why I didn't get the Subculture palette, I wanted to. I was going to get the Subculture palette, but unfortunately, the first video that I saw was like a snippet on Twitter, where, you know, someone was hitting pan on the first try of a shadow. And then I watched Alyssa's video, and I saw her struggle to make those damn colors work because they were just not working for her. And I was just like, okay, so that palette is over. That's also canceled. When I first saw the Subculture and the Prism palettes, by themselves, they don't make a lot of sense, right? But they're supposed to be companion palettes to the Modern Renaissance palette. So the Modern Renaissance palette was a all very romantic rosy shades. I had that palette, and was it that palette that I discovered that I can't wear warm tones well? It might have been that palette, because I kept struggling with it, and I was just like, nothing looks right. So I wound up giving away my Modern Renaissance palette to someone. So I don't have it to compare with these two. However, taken on their own, they don't look like anything. And I'm going to put these two together because even though these aren't the Subculture and the Prism palettes, they're dupes, so you can still see what I'm talking about. Like, taken on their own, the color schemes don't make a whole lot of sense. So if you hold it up, we're going to pretend that the Retro Love is, you know, the Subculture palette. So if you hold it up like this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Like, you're looking at it and you're like, those colors don't look right. And then you get the Prism palette and you hold the Prism palette up, and once again, the Prism palette on its own doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. The colors look completely random. However, if you do this, they start to make more sense. Like, you can see where you can pair colors from one palette with the other palette. So they're meant to be used together in a way, in a sense, which is kind of tricky on Anastasia's part. But hey, now you've got dupes that you can get for $10 a piece. Okay, so about these two palettes, they are dupes, like I said, by Bad Habit. Bad Habit is a company that is based in LA. Like the Prism palette and the Subculture palette, you get 14 shades each. These two are $10 a piece. And I'm not going to do swatches because, like I said, swatches are good, but I don't feel like they're a true representation of what they will look like on the eye. So sometime in the near future, I am probably going to do a look with one of these, or I might do a look with both of these, maybe in the same video, maybe not. But yeah, I'm probably going to do a look with both of these. I just don't want to do swatches because I don't feel like it's a good representation of, you know, what the shadows are going to look like in real life. Okay guys, thanks for watching my little dupe alert shop hush / bad habit review. As usual, I hope that I was able to offer some help and insight into something, whether or not you were thinking about getting any of those palettes. They're cheap enough and they're good enough quality that, you know, you shouldn't feel any kind of hesitation in going ahead and getting any of them. Also, don't forget to come back because I'm going to be using one of those two palettes, probably both at the same time, because I want to see what the shadows look like on my eyes. I haven't swatched them as yet, but I've played with them and they feel really soft, and I'm actually really looking forward to using them. So there should be a video on one or both of them coming up soon. And so until then, I will see you next time. Bye!